Hey, what's up guys? This is PokerXpress, and we are back with another episode of Poker Hands. Before getting into it, I would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos on a daily basis.
Alex finally has his chips organized as he's holding a monster stack, and he's also got a monster hand with pocket queens.
Alex raises to 200.
And he's just going to do a happy little min raise here. That seems to be the new thing in poker. Why 3x it when you can just min raise?
And I think the reason for that is people are realizing that there's a lot of skill in post-flop play, and you don't want to raise so big that you scare out any action. And also, the truth is you can accomplish pretty much the same thing with a min raise as you can with a 3x raise. So why not risk less chips to get the same thing done?
Well, Ian flats with pocket nines, and here comes Keith Love with 10 jack. He's going to make the call.
And I think with Ian's stack and the position, sometimes he could opt to 3-bet there, but calling is fine as well.
Three-handed as we go to the flop, and it is 9-5 jack. Ian hits middle set.
And this hand is going to have a lot of action because, as you can see, Alex still has an overpair to the board. Keith has flop top pair, so I could imagine that there's a lot of chips going into this pot.
Perfect storm developing for Ian here, and he is going to bet his hand, makes it 325,000 to go, and Keith quickly calls.
And I feel like Alex has no choice but to raise. The flop seems kind of innocuous. He doesn't really want to take this 3 ways to the turn.
And those are raising chips. He's getting ready. And it's going to be big. Here it comes. 925,000 is the bet. That's the biggest bet we've seen at this final table so far. And Ian, why not get them all in the middle here? That's going to shake Keith off the hand. Alex quickly calls with the overpair to the board, and he's going to see he ran into a whole bunch of mess.
Unfortunately for Alex, Ian flopped middle set, and Alex has an overpair. He has no choice but to go with that hand against Ian's stack.
Alex not done yet with 2 streets left to come. The turn is a king, and Maria, things just got real interesting.
Alex has a couple more outs now, as a 10 would give him a straight, and he still has a queen to make a higher set.
The river is a queen, and just like that, set over set, eliminating Ian Glissifer from this final table.
15-30 with a 4K. First to act will be Corey B. He's going to make the call. Vincent folds. Tim folds, and now over to JC, who looks down at 9-7. He's going to fold.
It's interesting that Corey B decided to limp in here with ace-king.
All right, Ryan is going to fold from the 1 seat, now over to the 2 seat of Carlos, who looks down at pocket 5s.
And Carlos is going to call the extra 15K from the small blind, and Alan is going to check.
Wow, look at that. The flop is king, jack, 5, couple of diamonds.
So Corey's actually flopped top pair, top kicker, but Carlos snuck in there with bottom set, and he just leads into the field here, betting 55,000.
Action now over to Corey B. He's going to make the call.
I think with this board texture, there's just so many draws possible that Corey B decides to just call.
And the turn card is the deuce of hearts.
Carlos obviously feeling great about his set of 5s, but definitely looking to protect his hand against all of the draws possible.
Carlos has over 250,000 in lifetime earnings, and he's going to bet 150,000 chips. It's going to be real hard for Corey to get away from this.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think Corey has much intention to fold this hand. Obviously, if maybe the diamond comes on the river or a Broadway card comes, then he might be willing to fold, but it's pretty hard for him to let this hand go.
The river card now is the 8 of clubs, and once again, Carlos is first. He's grabbing for those plaques, and it's a bet of 400,000.
There's just something so comfortable about the way Carlos has been betting into him every street. But you know, Corey B can't fold this hand, and he's going to see that Carlos has a set here.
Corey B makes the call, and he's not real happy about it. Carlos is going to win this pot.
Blythe's continuing on now at 80 and 160,000 with a 20,000 chip ante. Jeff is just going to limp here with wired 6s. And Theresa is just going to check her option with Queen 5 offsuit. Onto the flop we go. 4, Queen 6, couple of clubs.
Theresa has flopped top pair here, but Jeff has flopped middle set.
This is gonna get deadly.
Oh, and Jeff is going to check behind and slow play this set against Theresa.
The turn brings an ace of diamonds. Could be an action killer.
I think this turn card's going to save Theresa a lot of money.
She's gonna fire out 600,000 onto Jeff, who's sitting on a set, and wow, he just shoves all in. Now you have middle set on the flop. The turn brings an ace. She fires. So I guess he's thinking if she has an ace, it'll be tough for her to lay it down.
And I can see how that line of reasoning might make sense to him, but I feel like if he's going to check back the flop there, he should probably just smooth call this turn. And wow, she calls him with second pair with just a pair of queens and a 5 kicker.
She is going to see the bad news that Jeff just has her crushed. In fact, Theresa's drawing dead going into the river. She's going to double him up again.
I feel like by the way that Jeff played that, Theresa was able to get away from her hand, but she wasn't.
The river is insignificant. You might as well just start counting up Jeff's chips and peeling them off Theresa's stack here. And Jeff has been on the ropes, but he just continues to double up.
Was under the gun, now becomes the cutoff.
Joe Cata playing my favorite hand, King Queen. I affectionately call it Mom and Dad. He makes it 250,000 to go, and Patrick's going to call with pocket deuces.
And the flop is 5 King Deuce, and they both have a piece, but Patrick flopped a set on Joe's top pair.
This could get bloody. Joe bets out 300,000. Patrick going for the Oscar right now. Sitting in the tank. Ho hum, I guess I'll just call.
And I think Patrick decides that it's probably best to slow play. It's very likely that Joe could have complete air and is just c-betting, so I think he's just going to wait till the turn.
Oh, it gets worse for Joe now. A queen comes on the turn, giving him top 2 pair. In a 4-handed game, Maria, that's just a monster. Joe fires again. This time it's 700,000, and what a perfect storm here for Patrick. You got the former main event champ firing into you on every street, and you're sitting on a set.
And I think now is the time that Patrick decides he's going to put in a raise here. And I think Joe's just going to go all in. Ooh.
You are exactly right. Joe goes all in. Patrick makes the quick call. And Joe's going to see he just ran into a cooler here. But it's not over yet. A king or a queen on the river could really ruin Patrick's day.
1.7
And this is just such an unfortunate situation. Top 2, bottom set, 4-handed.
It's ugly.
It's not pretty.
Pat, you show us pocket deuces.
And the river is the 3 of spades, and Joe's not going to river Patrick in this pot, and he's going to lose a huge chunk of his chips.
If you enjoy our videos and would like to see more, make sure to check out the links in the description. Also, make sure to comment below what you would like to see next, and we will work on your ideas as soon as possible.
Anemic stack here that both these guys would be inclined to call and let the board run out.
Well, Rick looks down at pocket 10s, and I believe he should ISO, and he does. He makes it 200,000.
Just under $12,000 separates third place from second place. Rick is going to re-raise here to 200,000. Now, Maria, everybody who plays tournament poker knows that when you have a chance to gang up on one guy and ladder up the money, you might want to do that.
I'm not sure I like Chris's call here with King 10 offsuit. You could expect Rick to play pretty true with his hand, considering they're going to be tabled. And I just don't think that King 10 is good enough, especially since Rick is a somewhat tighter player. And I just don't think that King 10 is good enough, even though Chris is in position. Rick has shown to be on the tighter side.
And look at this action flop. King 10 ace with 2 clubs. Rick has flopped bottom set. Chris has flopped middle 2 pair.
And Rick is either deciding to slow play this, or maybe he's a little bit afraid of that board texture, even with bottom set.
It is a pretty draw heavy board.
The turn is the Jack of Hearts, and I think Rick was hoping for a safe turn card, but that's not a great one for his hand. But he does move all in, even when he knows he's only going to get called when he's beat.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get a call right here is if your opponent's holding a queen. Don't really understand the all-in bet from Rick.
It's unlikely that Chris has ace-king, ace-queen, or ace-jack here because he probably would have re-raised Rick pre-flop. So basically, there's no real hands Chris can call with unless he does have some kind of queen combination.
Yeah, Chris has to fold here. Even though you have two pair, when 4 to a straight come on the board and someone shoves, you can't possibly call. Rick is going to show his bottom set.
Save me $500,000.
And Terry is drawing dead to a chop here. If the queen doesn't come on the river, he will be eliminated in third place.
Terry has king 5 for pair kings.
Terry hoping to get a lifeline on the river with a queen.
Did you call him?
And the river is a king, and that means Terry is going to be eliminated in third place. And I think Chris is just musing that if he made a bad call there on the turn, he would have made a bigger boat on the river.
Still no reason to have called that bet on the turn from Chris. It was a good fold nonetheless.